Hi, it's Adette, and I'm back finally with my review for rainboW. Yay! Before anything else, I would first like to congratulate Johnny's West for achieving first place in both the Oricon and the Billboard Japan Weekly charts for the album sales. Yay! They achieved around like 200 plus thousand 200,000 plus sales for rainboW for their first week. There are discrepancies in the charts since Billboard and Oricon count units differently. But either way, it's another achievement for Johnny's West, and this makes rainboW their second highest first week release, just below Ejanika, which is their debut single. So as a fan, I wish that Johnny's West will sell more albums and singles in the future. And since they do have an upcoming single in May, which I will talk about in future video, I hope that sales count will increase even further in their upcoming single. So, yay! Congratulations to Johnny's West. So before I start the video, I just like to remind people this these are all my opinions. It shouldn't be misconstrued or misinterpreted as anything else than an opinion on the songs in the album, and they shouldn't be taken as any like personal attacks against the composers or Johnny's West or whoever else is involved in the production of the songs. A lot of my opinions are based on my personal preferences in music. So yeah, let's just have fun. I'm free to debate an opinion since well they're just opinions. So yeah, I hope that whatever you take away from this video, yeah, I still hope you enjoy, and it will make you think about how fans may perceive songs differently. So with that, I guess let's start the review. So, since the album has a lot of content and the songs are spread across multiple editions, I decided to make a two-part review for this. So, this first video will cover all the group songs and all the group songs. So, the solo songs and the making of and the actual short movie review will be in the next video. One thing about rainbow chasers that since there are multiple editions and each edition's checklist differs even just the slightest, the listening experience for each edition would already slightly differ. But I think that's also the charm of the album. So you have songs across a variety of genres. You've got ballads, you've got rock music, you've got dance music. You even have a song that's very much musically inclined, or rather, it sounds like much of a musical. So even if Johnny's West always says that they made it's named rainbow because there are seven colors. There are seven members in Johnny's West, and it's their seventh album in their seventh anniversary. I personally think that the rainbow name can also mean that as artists or as a singing group, they are capable of interpreting and performing a variety of genres or a spectrum of genres. So for me, I think that's also another meaning to the album name. So the album starts with Hado Janakte Mo, which is composed by Super Beaver, and I really think it was a good decision to have this as the album opener because you already have like the hopeful message right at the start of the album, and since West has shown that they can do the band sound like what they did for Shoko. I think having Hado Janakte Mo as the opener will already make the listener realize or think that hey West Johnny's West are good singers. After Hado Janakte Mo, you have Push, which is the one of the dance songs for the album. I was really anticipating this because the music, I really like the dance music feel of the song. The preview already made us at least a bit of that. But at the same time, one of the reasons why I was so excited with Push is that it's the multilingual song in the album. And listening to the whole thing, on one hand, I appreciate that it's multilingual. You have Japanese, English, Mandarin, and Korean. However, I think because their voices were synthesized to fit the whole club music vibe of the song, I had to read the lyrics to understand the Korean parts in particular. I had no issues with the Mandarin and the English part. I heard it just fine. But with the Korean, I guess because my ear isn't as trained to hear Korean songs, it it was a bit of a struggle. I had the lyrics to guide me with that. But either way, I think it's a good effort for West to sing this song. And I think in the future, or as I continue listening to Johnny's West songs, this will be one of the songs that I will listen to without considering, or rather without taking the lyrics into consideration. Not because I don't like the lyrics, but because I'm more into the beat than the lyrics in this particular song. After Push comes Shukan Umaku Ikiyobi, and then after Shukan Umaku Ikiyobi is the new one of the new songs, Omoi Fuwari. Now, I was thinking, why didn't they put Shukan Umaku Ikiyobi right after Hado Janakute mo? I felt that having those two next to each other in the track list would make more sense because they're more similar musically. But the problem, I think I realized what the problem was when Push came after Hado Janakute mo, because if you put Push after Shukan Umaku Ikiyobi and then you put Omoi Fuwari after that, I think the contrast would be too much. It wouldn't as seamlessly like connect. So in that sense, I do understand why they had to put Push and then Shukan Umaku Ikiyobi and then Omoi Fuwari. Anyway, I think the best word to describe Omoi Fuwari is cute. It's very light. It has a very innocent vibe. It talks about the kind of love that's kind of pure and, you know, not exactly trivial, but it's the kind of things that those who are probably teenagers would think about. Like for example, being in this sneezing at the same time or being the same place at the same time. I think it's very refreshing to hear those kind of songs being sung by a band like West, who's already like well into their like mid to late 20s, and some are in the 30s already. So I think they were able to capture the sentiment of the song well. I like how the vocals and the music match the song perfectly. So in terms of a repeat value, it's not that big for me, but I definitely will not skip it when it comes on my playlist. If you have a copy of the limited edition A, Omoi Fuwari is followed by Big Dipper and Kakushi no Donri, which are exclusive to that edition. So both songs are, for me, they have a very high repeat value, even if they're quite different musically. In particular, I like the balance of Big Dipper in terms of like the vocals and then the arrangement, because the the vocals are highlighted. West's vocals are highlighted quite well, and the music isn't underwhelming just to highlight the vocal. So in particular, so that's one thing that I really like about Big Dipper. For Kakushi no Donri, same thing. The music is quite playful. I cannot have a full grasp of the lyrics yet, but I think the fact that it doesn't, or rather, I'm fine with just like taking the lyrics in slowly while still having that repeat value as high as it is for me. I think that's what makes it quite special. So in that regard, I think Muteki Dead Snake is really a genius composer. So Thank you for that wonderful song. I'm quite sure I'll repeat it a lot in the future. So moving on to the regular edition. So instead of the two songs that I previously mentioned, the regular edition has Shadows and Good to Afternoon after Omoy Fuwari. So Shadows is a ballad. I am a sucker for R&B ballads, and this one is no exception. Like Big Dipper and Kakushino Rodi, I like the balance between the vocals and the arrangement. This one in particular, it showcases West's high register. So I am really, really excited to hear this song live because of the harmonies that West would have to sing, and they're quite good at harmonizing for the most part. So I think this is one of the songs that will really highlight their vocal skills. I really, really hope they do this song justice when they perform it live. After Shadows is Good to Afternoon, which was written and co-arranged by Kami-chan. So when I first listened to this song, I didn't pay much attention to the lyrics and just enjoyed the music. And it was an instant mood booster. Like I really, really love the Owen Dan touch at the pre-chorus. So I think it was a very fun song to listen to. But when I listened to the song again, this time while reading the lyrics, I felt two things. One is I really want to sing the song in karaoke. And the second thing is that I really felt that I needed to do my best in whatever I do, like my work. So I feel like when I listen to this song, I feel like it's really Johnny's West who's singing to me and telling me and encouraging me to do my best in my endeavors. So I would really, really like to thank Kami-chan for creating this song. It's a very timely encouragement for me in particular since um, I have been having like personal questions about work, where I am, etc. So I'm just glad that this came at a right time, and I'll be sure to keep listening to it, especially when I need encouragement to do my best in my endeavors. So next up, we go back to songs that are available in all editions of the album. The first one after um so if you're listening to the regular edition, it's after Good to Afternoon. If you're listening to limited edition A, it's after Kakushin Ronri. And if you're listening to limited edition B, it's after Omoy Fuwari, if I'm not mistaken. So the next one is Trickster, which is one of the songs composed by Jazin Park. Now, if you've watched this channel, you know how much I love Jazin Park, how much I love their compositions, and Trickster is no exception. It has kind of a rock feel to it, but I wasn't expecting it to be a motivational song in a sense. So I guess it's really a testament to how good Jazin Park is in memorizing in composing songs. Like they there are times when they veer towards the unexpected, and Trickster is just one of those songs. So I'm really thankful that Jazin Park made another banging composition for Johnny's West. After Trickster, you have Dokoda, which is probably one of the craziest songs of Johnny's West ever. And Johnny's West has no shortage of crazy songs, but they just went into another level with Dokoda, and I love them for that. So, if you heard the preview before the album was released, you might have been wondering why the hell is Shiga looking for Junta? It turns out that the song is actually a song where all the members are looking for their essential items. So for Kotaki, it's his dumbbells because he wants to have firm or sturdy biceps. For Hamachan, it's his shoulders because, well, he has sloping shoulders. He wants more shoulders. He wants more self confidence. Although I personally think that Hamachan is a very, he doesn't need like sloping shoulders to be manly, but I do understand how that affects like his self-esteem, at least from what I understood of in the song. So yes, Hama-chan, go for it. I know you can find it. For the USA, it's a pachika. Now I researched what a pachika is. It seems to be like a small maracas instrument. So if I understood the song correctly, I think it's because Ryusei is or rather he's been hooked with like things that give a very like special tune or beat to them. So I guess that's why the pachika. For Kami-chan, it was interesting. His essential item is a game console, or I'm not sure if it's a mobile game console or something else. But um the reason that the song gave was that he wants to be a hero and he needs to save the world ASAP. So he needs to find his game console ASAP. It was so funny. Even the way they sound was so funny, so crazy. And then so Kami-chan, I'm going backwards from Nozumu until Shige. So that's Kami-chan, then Junta. What Junta is looking for is his lip cream, because as the fandom knows, Junta is very particular about his lips. He thinks his lips are very special and very dainty, and they dry quickly. So he needs to find his lip cream ASAP. I think he needs to. I'm not sure if he's finding like two lip creams or he needs to apply it twice. Either way, he will not survive without his lip cream. So yes, Junta, go look for that lip cream. And then Akito's essential item is food, because um, we live because we need to have delicious food. It's very, very Akito. And then, of course, Shige is looking for Junta. So his essential item is Junta, which Junta disputes in the last part of the song. So if you listen to that, Junta says, "Ore wa mono janai," which literally means I'm not an item. So I mean, it's really the kind of crazy that Johnny's West is known for, and they really have to thank Muteki Dead Snake for composing yet another song that West fans will remember. The only thing probably I wish for at this moment is that the performance of Dokoda in the concert will be as chaotic, if not more chaotic, than the actual song. So I am really looking forward to how they will perform Dokoda on stage. And then after Dokoda is We Can, which is the song that gives off like the musical vibe. So Jinta mentioned in his J-Web that the song feels like it's straight out of a Disney like movie or work, and I actually have to agree. I'm not a Disney person. I like watching Disney movies, but in terms of attractions, I'm more inclined to go to Universal Studios. But after listening to this song, I actually have the urge to go to Disneyland. So maybe when everything is better and I get to travel again, probably to Japan, I might just pay a visit to Disney Sea, Tokyo Disney World, Disney Sea, whatever. And try to have that image of We Can in my head, just to get more of that like Disney feeling. So after We Can, if you have a copy of the regular edition, We Can is succeeded by Paradise. So Paradise, this is probably the song I'm most puzzled about, because I can't seem to find, not that I can't seem to find something to like about it, rather that I am very puzzled as to why I don't like it as a whole, because the lyrics are penned by Mire, which and I have, looking at the lyrics, I think it's well written. The arrangement and the melody is not bad at all, and West is, I think, able to sing it all right, and they really did their best to sing in a foreign language that they hardly use, if at all. So maybe, I don't know if it's how everything melts together. I really am puzzled as to why I still can't seem to fully appreciate it even after numerous listens. But on my end, it's not a bad song, but as of now, since I cannot appreciate it fully, it might go to no, I'm trying to like it, so it won't go to my skip list yet. But I'm really hoping that I will get to appreciate it more because it is one of the songs that Jay West will perform in their J Mellow appearance, which is airing on April 4th. So I have like a couple of weeks to get that appreciation for the song. So I really hope I'll get to appreciate it by then. So we're at the tail end of the album. So for limited edition A and the regular edition, the last two songs on the album are Shoko and Rainbow Chaser. Rainbow Chaser being the title track of the album. In limited edition B, these are the last two tracks at the first disc of the album. So I think it's such a power move to end the album with those two songs because for one thing that both of them are composed by Jazin Park, and for another thing they're both like very hopeful songs. It's the norm, at least if I remember my title tracks, not title tracks, sorry, if I remember my track list from the previous albums, Johnny's West always has a penchant for ending the albums with songs that have a hopeful feel to them. So it's not surprising that they would do the same for this album. It would actually be weirder if they chose to not end Rainbow with these two tracks. So of the two songs, Shoko is the more hard hitting song, though it's not like super hard hitting, but it's the motivational like rock anthem between the two, whereas Rainbow Chaser will be the kind of song that will be with you gently through the tough times. It will be the one to comfort you if um things aren't going so well. At least that's what I feel when I listen to the song. It makes me feel like it's okay if things don't go too well. It's okay if I stumble. It's okay if I have like bad days. As long as I do my best to keep putting one foot forward, even if it's just a small step. That's the kind of song Rainbow Chaser is for me. I always cry when I listen to this song because it's just that emotional. It's the kind that engulfs you with like feelings of that quiet kind of hope that people sometimes need, during tough days. So um, Rainbow Chaser is definitely like one of my favorite West songs of all time. It's definitely going to be on my repeat list. It's going to be on my list of songs that I will listen to often. It's just that powerful for me. So I'm really glad that Johnny's West got to sing this type of song. I'm really glad that Jazz and Park was able to compose this kind of song for them, and it's just inspirational in a lot of ways. And it's one of the reasons why I'm glad to be a fan of Johnny's West, because they get to sing these kind of songs, and they get to make their listeners and their fans feel like, hey, you're not alone. Hey, it's okay. If things aren't going so well today, you can always try again tomorrow. That kind of feeling, I think that's very special. I'm just really glad that I was able to feel that while listening to Rainbow Chaser and while listening to West singing to Rainbow Chaser. So one thing, actually, apart from all the emotional aspects of the song, one thing that interested me with Chaser is that the order of things, or the structure, is quite unique, I think, because normally you have like a verse and then the pre-chorus and then the chorus and then verse again, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus. And so a lot of songs have that structure, but with Rainbow Chaser, it's a little bit different because you have the verse and then like some of the pre-chorus and then the chorus and then verse and then you go to the bridge. So basically, the second round of like verse does it go to a chorus? It goes to a bridge, and then that bridge goes into the chorus. So like essentially, it's the even the song structure is very unconventional. Although I think Chameleon, which is also composed by Jazz and Park, has a similar structure. So I actually appreciate Jazz and Park for having that kind of like genius to have an unconventional, or if not unconventional, a bit of an unusual arrangement for the song. So it's another plus point for me for Rainbow Chaser. One more thing that I like about Rainbow Chaser again is the balance between the arrangement, the melody, and the vocals. So it it really highlights West's vocal color quite well, and the lyrics also gave some clarity as to the one of the pictures in the limited edition B, which I pointed out in my hype video, or no, in my unboxing video, because I pointed out that I was a bit my musical, or rather my musician side, which is Lombardid, was kind of very surprised that they used a blank score sheet to draw a rainbow in, and then it just sunk in when I read the lyrics to Rainbow Chaser. One part of the lyrics means unfinished sheet music and an ending harmonies. So like, okay, so you mentioned the sheet music. Okay, fine. I got some insight from the picture. So those little references, I think that's quite cute. And that's it actually for part one. I hope you enjoyed or rather watching me pour out my feelings about the tracks in the album. Do you have your copy of Rainbow, or do you have a copy of Rainbow? Have you listened to all the tracks? Do you have a particular favorite from the track list? What do you think in general of the songs on the album? I'd love to see your comments, and I will do my best to reply to everything. And yeah, I'll see you in part two, which will be released hopefully sooner than later. Until then, I'll see you. Bye bye.